Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Ma'am Raya here for the discussions about the oral communication in context. We have gone a lot of discussions already. Okay, so hopefully from the previous topics about the nature and elements of communication, barriers to communication, functions to communication. I hope you already able to understand and how to communicate to other people. Okay, from this topic, we are now trying to explain public speaking, and hopefully, you already enhanced your confidence in speaking with a lot of people. Yes, because from function of communication, you already understand that it's very important that you communicate to others. Okay, so for now, let's try to practice, and hopefully you can apply in reality how to speak in front of a lot of audience. Okay, so I totally understand that there are people who are born speakers. Is that what you think? Yes, we always try to admire other people because they can really speak well. Well, there are also other people that they just practiced it. They were trained. That's why they mastered it. Okay, so we can also be like that. Okay, though we were not born speakers, but we can try to master ourselves to speak in front of the public. Okay, so it's not just about pronouncing the words correctly, having a good enunciation. Okay, maybe other students would be hesitant in speaking in front because tendency is their classmates will just laugh at them. Okay, because they mispronounced some words, though it's part. Okay, but not the probably not the 90%. Okay, the most important thing in public speaking is we have to know how to establish and maintain a connection with the audience, and successfully giving our message. See, we have the message now. Yeah, we learned and remembered that a message is the most important element in the communication process. Okay, so how do we deal in maintaining the audience connection? Okay, do you have that kind of power? Like, hopefully before the end of the session or after the discussion, you will try to get some tips. Okay, how to communicate, how to maintain connection from your audience. Okay, firstly, before we provide or before we deliver our speech, we also have to know that there is a purpose in delivery or in speech delivery. What kind of speech delivery would you provide to your audience? Okay, first is there is what we call informative speech. Okay, or speech that is to inform. Okay, it provides the audience with a clear understanding of a concept or idea. Okay, so if you do have the speech of what to do for the first day in class, okay, or for the grade 12 or for the senior high school, okay, so that's to inform. Another speech according to purpose is entertainment speech, or a speech that is to entertain. Okay, this is to amuse the audience. Okay, I prefer this one. Yeah, so it doesn't really get the audience bored. Okay, so you will get the chance to always have fun all the time. So no pressure at all. Okay, another type of speech according to purpose is persuasive speech, or a speech that is to persuade, okay, audience. Okay, it seeks to provide the audience with favorable or acceptable ideas. This is to convince your audience, okay, that your belief is, yes, true, it's correct, and they also have to believe what you say. Okay, so this one is very good for we're applicable for campaign speeches. Okay, for politicians. So they persuade their voters. Okay. Now that we are done by providing the purpose of why do we deliver that speech, we also have to understand that there are speeches according to delivery. How we are going to deliver our speech now that we already know our purpose. Okay. But also, of course, we have to we also have to make note that aside from the purpose, we also have to know who our audiences are. Okay, it's important. When somebody invites you for for being a speaker, you have to ask, who are my audiences? Okay, so yes, your audience will be the grade 12 graduating students. Okay, by there, you will have an idea what will be my purpose. Maybe I will have to inform them of something, inform them that education, yes, is very important. Okay, that is a tool for um, getting our way to success, or our key to success. Okay, informative. Okay, or yes, yeah, that is also the persuade. Okay, to continue your studies well. And for that, okay, after which you then now okay, speech delivery for that will be extemporaneous. Okay, extemporaneous here is speaking with advanced preparation. It is planned and rehearsed speech. It is guided by notes or outline, spoken conversationally, and this is the most popular type. Okay, though it is prepared but not that long. Okay, compared to the other speeches. Okay, what you have is only an outline. Okay, since this is most popular, so students or people in general, so they use this one in campaign speeches or in class assigned reporting. Okay, but what the students do in the reporting is that they have their visual aids or their PowerPoint, and then they just read what's in their PowerPoint. So it's not that way. It's not supposed to be that way. Okay. What you have in your PowerPoint presentation is only the keywords. And then it will be you who will try to explain to your audience what is it about. Okay. In that way, you will not lose that connection to your audience. Okay. So you can even walk going to them. Yes, you can talk to them. Okay. So don't just read. Okay, that's another type of speech delivery. Okay. Next, speech delivery is impromptu. Impromptu is speaking without advanced preparation, unrehearsed speech, spoken conversationally. Since it is not prepared, it doesn't have any advanced preparation. It is also unrehearsed. So there's no way for us to practice, right? You, sometimes you're just given like a second or a minute to provide your answers. And even so, yeah, you don't also have the right to give excuses or give reasons. Like you will tell your audience, I'm so sorry, I'm not prepared for this. Yeah, of course you are not. That's why it is impromptu. Okay, so you don't have to start or introduce your speaking, providing your topic by saying that, or yeah, by giving an excuse. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for this one. I was just called earlier. So yeah, it doesn't count. Okay, that's why it is impromptu. And normally, impromptu is very applicable for class recitation, also for speech for a birthday celebrator. Okay, so it's like, yes, you attended a party, a birthday party, or a debut, and then suddenly, yes, the assigned person to give the speech wasn't around or went to the restroom. But yes, you are the best friend to that assigned speaker. So yes, you have to save the event. You have to save a friend. So yeah, right there and then, we would just provide a birthday wish to the celebrator. You don't need to say, "I'm sorry, it wasn't really me." Yeah, no need for that. Okay, so your audience will not need to know your reason. So they will just need to hear what your wishes are for the birthday celebrator. Okay, yeah, even class recitation. So your teacher will call you instantly. Yeah, and then you just have to say, "I don't have an idea, ma'am." Okay, yeah. So you just have to say something about, yeah, what the discussion is about. Maybe your teacher is just checking whether you are really in the class or you are really listening to the discussion. Okay, next, speech according to delivery, we have here manuscript. Okay, from the word manu, okay, it's with a hand. Yes, script. Yes, it's writing. So speaking, it's speaking with advanced preparation. It's planned and rehearsed. Okay, yeah. So unlike the impromptu, okay, planned and rehearsed. So it takes like long time. Okay, it's reading aloud, written message, word for word. So it doesn't mean that it's only a manuscript, so you will not practice it. Ah, okay, I already know it, so no need to practice. I can read that one, yes, during the event itself. Okay, so it happened to me. I was assigned to read a certain script in the Bible. I did not read in advance because I was too or overconfident that I know everything. But yes, to my surprise, yeah, I got lost, and yes, so it was a lesson learned. Okay, so you really have to follow. You really have to read prior to the event or prior to the assigned schedule for you. Manuscript is very applicable or useful for Bible reading or newscasting. Okay, yes. So when there's a wedding and then you were invited as the one to read the first reading or yeah the second. Okay, so you really have to practice. You ask the groom or the bride, do you have the copy of the verse so that I can prepare in advance, because you would also need to know when to pause. Okay, that's part of your preparation. Okay, that's part of your rehearsal. Newscasting is also important in manuscript. It's because you need to have the complete the exact the important dates, okay, the place, the exact place. Okay, so you just can't guess something because you feel like it's just extemporaneous. Okay, manuscript is very useful for newscasting. Even though nowadays you did not see reporters holding something in front. Okay, normally before they do that, but what they do have now is a prompter. So it's behind the camera, or yes, under the camera. So they do have that one, so they just read it. Okay, for host as well. Okay, so that's what they do. Okay, next, speech delivery is memorized. Okay, students most favorite, but for me it's not. Yeah, because you'll have a disadvantage to have a connection to your audience. Memorization or memorized speech is speaking with advanced preparation. It is planned and rehearsed speech, reciting a written message word for word from memory. Okay, the previous one is reading word for word from, yes, from the text. In this case, it's through memory only, based from what you have recalled in your speech. So in by this, you will have a tendency to disconnect to your audience because you will try to. Yeah, normally I don't know what's the explanation to that. Yes, if there is any psychologist who can explain, if people will try to recall something that they forgot, so they look at the ceiling. So by that action, you are already losing your connection to your audience. Do not let your audience have an idea that you are unprepared. Okay? So have that confidence. If ever you missed something, you try to have a synonym or try to, yes, maybe have another definition or explanation to what you were memorizing. Okay? I hope that one can help you. Examples for memorized speech, or it is applicable. So we have stage play, declamation speeches. Okay, so stage play, they do memorize. Also, yes, when the actors and actresses, okay, they have their lines to memorize. So they study that one. Okay, very important as well. Okay, so for us to be able to practice more about these different types of speech delivery, we need to okay, have these tools. Okay, the first one is use a conversational style. Okay, by using a conversational style, you will have a lesser tendency uh, to your audience that you are not actually prepared. Okay, so just use the conversational style. It helps also in your rapport, yes, in your connection, maintaining or establishing that connection to your audience. Okay. Next is look your audience members in the eye so that they feel that they are part of your speech. Okay. Look at them, but do not them. Okay, very important as well. Okay. Next is remember to adjust your volume to the audience and venue size. So when you are invited, so you can ask how many are they? Okay, so where is the venue? If it's a bigger size, so maybe you need to what's this? You need to request okay a microphone in advance, or a lapel would be enough. Okay, so it's also important. Next is vary your rate or speed to keep your audience interested and to avoid a monotone pattern. Okay, don't speak too fast. Okay, so if there are really important words, so you can also try to emphasize that. Okay, you pause for a while and to avoid monotone. So this monotone pattern is also visible when you are yes nervous, or you have that butterfly in your stomach. Okay, so do not use like na 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 na. So your speech become poetic. Okay, so avoid that one. You try to watch videos how the natives speak. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, next is master your voice and find your pitch level. Okay, because other speakers they have a high tone. Okay, well, good for others who are have a good speaking voice. Okay. Next is use pauses when you emphasize the most important words. Okay, so that's what I said earlier. So do not just say it directly. So try to pause for a while. Okay, speak in slower pace if ever there are words or very important words that you want to give emphasis on. Okay, next is use the correct pronunciation and enunciation of words. Though from the first slide earlier, we mentioned that public speaking isn't just about enunciation, but rather more on the good rapport with the audience. But still, it is important if you don't want your audience or your classmates would laugh at you, okay, because you mispronounce some words. Other people are really like that, so they wait until when you will mispronounce something. Yeah, so it's part. So that's why you have to practice more to enhance public speaking. Also, avoid fillers or expressions that substitute the actual words. So most likely, the common fillers that we use is um. What I'm trying to say is that um, okay, and for vernacular for Cebuanos like me, also the word kanang, kanang, kanang. Okay, so by practicing to speak more, okay, so we avoid okay the use of and kanang. Okay. Next is start your speech by standing straight and balancing your weight. So the moment the host introduced your name, by there, yes, just outside the stage first. So you release all your tense, all your nervousness. And when the moment that you stand in front, so your feet, okay, on the ground, balance your weight. So do not slouch. Okay, so it will give the audience an idea that yes, you are unprepared. Next is use precise movements and avoid distracting mannerisms. So if you want to reach your hand, okay, so do not overdo it. Okay, so maybe just and also yes, avoid mannerisms like other speakers, touching their nose most of the time. My students normally have their ID sling, so they always do that one with their ID sling. So avoid that one. And others they do, yes, so they do that to their hand, and others look at the ceiling. So avoid those. Look at your audience from right, center, left, going back, left, center, then right. You smile also. Okay, important. Well, I hope that those tools for effective speech delivery will be applied to your public speaking in the future. Okay? So that would be all for today. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching and keep on learning until my next video. And by the way, before I end, I'd like to make a shout out to my not classmates, to my students in YUMSTU Climaco Batch 2020-2021. I'd like to say hi to Celestial Renaric, Kayla Navarro, Mary Angel Dignos, Diane Pipito, Stephen Dayanan, Rodjem Montibon, and Janica Piemonte. Hello guys, thank you. I hope that you are also studying, not just playing ML. Okay, so keep safe everyone. Thank you and until my next video. Goodbye.